it's me or
Oh, absolutely.
the addiction, and you picked her.
And this is the thing about addictions, too. Usually the person who is caught up in it is the last to know that everyone knows. You think that no one knows you're drinking and driving. You think that no one knows you're taking 15 Vicodin ES at one time, and you're staying up till 4:30 in the morning, and no one knows, and that you're sleeping in meetings for a reason. You know, you just go about life, you think no one knows. She knew. In fact, she was flushing pills down the toilet from time to time, and I didn't know it. I mean, that just made me work harder to find them. But she was trying to save me, but, you know, ultimately, I had to save myself. I spent 72 days in rehab, and I can't say that I wanted to get out way before, and I fought them tooth and nail. I thought I knew it all. Then it was like, you finally bought in. And then I was released, and I was like, yeah. But I never went back to it, and they were right. And thank God that I bought into all the things that they were saying.
But you come out of that clean, and you vow that you're going to win the Super Bowl. This is leading into 1996. Yeah. Not only is the team really good, but is there a renewed focus on your craft, or was that always there?
I was a lean, mean fighting machine at that time. I mean, I was free and clear from all drugs and alcohol. I mean, and it was kind of scary. I thought, damn, I've been pretty good and don't really remember. I'm going to be damn good now that I can remember. I'm as ready to go as I've ever been.
Which leads to Super Bowl 31.
Just show it. Here's Favre. And this is what it's all about. Winning a championship, the greatest moment of your life. You'll never forget it. They could never take it away.
What old Irv say to you after that one?
He was a little more
upbeat.
A little more upbeat, yeah. And I've seen clips of the game where they show him up in the stands, and that says the story. I mean, he was tickled pink. But
look at this face of this kid. I mean, he looked like a kid. You might as well be running off the field in Kill, Mississippi. I mean, what does this mean to you? This kid that gets drafted, and the coach says, we got the wrong guy. You get traded. You've been through this Vicodin addiction. Yeah. You vow you're going to win the Super Bowl, and you do it.
I always believed in myself. There were always times where that was questioned. You know, you're sitting in rehab in Topeka, Kansas. You're humbled greatly, but there's still hope. There's a second chance. You haven't lost anything. They still want you back. I'm proud of my career, and I wouldn't change anything, good or bad.
Look at this quote that's on the wall. Life deals you a lot of lessons. Some people learn from it, some people don't. Sure, there have been people in your past that you've seen fail to learn a lesson. You know, it seems like this quote applies at this juncture in your life.
I got so many mistakes that I've learned from, and that's all I speak from. I mean, my experiences, and so, I mean, life, you're always learning. You're always learning. You never get it completely.
You win 3 straight MVPs, but things start to change after the Super Bowl. You guys are still good. You never get to the mountaintop again. Things are changing in the front office, in the coaching ranks. You lose a really big ally. I know you butted heads at times with Mike Holmgren, but he's gone. Now he's in Seattle. Andy Reid was a confidant, somebody who loved you. Big Favre guy. And he's now the head coach in Philadelphia.
You look around and you go, where'd everybody go? And not many guys can say that, you know, because usually you're the ones going.
2003 rolls in. I've lost a parent. I lost my father, who was my best friend and my mentor, somebody I learned what I do from. I knew that he was going to die, and I went to work, and I was waiting for a phone call. Your father passes away, and you have a Monday night football game against the Oakland Raiders.
All I really thought about was, what has just happened? When you think about it, you're on the biggest stage anyway. and your dad passes away, and so play or not play, that's an issue, and you're not home. Everything's corresponding via phone calls, text. How, what happened, where, what, I mean, what, just, then you go, God, there's a game that we have to win because we're in this playoff hunt. And, but then you start thinking about your dad and, just, should I be there and all this stuff. And so we go out and Oakland fans can be kind of tough.
I've read that.
They can be real tough, not only to the enemy, but to their own. I knew that. And so, that did cross my mind. Like, I'm not in the mood for, you're an asshole. You don't want to hear it. Well, when I go out early, there's this mass of Oakland fans, and literally standing ovation. And as the crowd continued to grow, I had chill bumps. It was an incredible show of respect and
humanity.
Yeah. And I'm like, Oakland? I didn't say it like that, but I'm thinking to myself, you have got to be kidding me. That this is incredible. And so I'm so nervous that I'm going to fail by playing in this game, that it was affecting me. Because of all the games I've ever played in my life, the pressure to play my best in this game has never been higher before or since. Playing in the game was not honoring my dad. Obviously, winning was important, but playing like I had never played before, and that was going to be hard to do, was what I needed to do to honor him. That's the way I felt. And I didn't think I could do it. And so finally I said, just turn it loose, man. Just turn it loose.
So under tremendous emotional duress, Brett Favre goes to work. On a night like tonight, this has to be the greatest place in the world for Brett Favre to be.
He's right.
$399 yards, 4 touchdowns. It's one of the great shows put on by a professional athlete that I can remember.
I think everyone would have gave me a pass. Like, if you don't want to play in this game, Brett, it's okay. We get that, man. You play bad. People would have given you a pass. Like, what do you expect? His dad just died. But I didn't want that. That's not good enough. So I was settling for one thing and one thing only. Play the best you have ever played. And no ifs, ands, buts about it. And I did not know if I could do it. I really did.
But you played that way for him.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
2005, Ted Thompson had been in the Packer organization, went up to Seattle. Now he's back as GM. And 3 months after he's back, he drafts Aaron Rodgers in the first round. The heir apparent is now lurking. 2007 happens, your last year in Green Bay. You say, I'm done, but you weren't done. Thankfully, because you had a lot of great things still left to do.
Of all the seasons I played in Green Bay, I played 16. It's the best I ever played. I don't even know statistically how it ranks, but it was the best I played considering all the circumstances. And we came close. And that was a painful pill to swallow. At the time, I was not committed to coming back to play, but that didn't mean I was retired or what. I don't want to think about football. Don't ask me. Don't. The last thing I want to think is about that game or anything about it. But Mike, and I don't blame him, but he slowly but surely, what are you going to do? You think you're going to come back?
You're getting pressed.
It basically got to a point where I said, if you want to know right now if I'm committed to this team, to coming back and playing, I'm going to tell you no, I'm not. And the next thing I know, I was on a plane the next day for a press conference.
As much as I thought about what I would say and how I promised I wouldn't get emotional. I am officially retiring from the NFL and Green Bay Packers. And
I remember flying home from Green Bay, and I was thinking, damn, that was fast. My goodness. Then I really started thinking about the finality of it, you know, like,
Yeah.
damn, what did you just do? You know, at the time, yeah, I'm not really committed to, you know, if you want me to come to minicamp, but, you know, give me until June and maybe things will change because I can't go out that way.
But you're under contract, so you want to come back. They've moved on, and the only thing that can happen now is if you want to play, the Green Bay Packers have to trade you. But they're not going to trade you inside the division or really anybody they have to deal with.
I said, so I see where this is going. I am not good enough to